sim racing thing. And maybe welcome back. That'd be cool. So, what we're watching today, this is my third race on iRacing. Second race didn't go so well.
Cop?
We won't talk about that. But this was the third race. I had 2 more days of driving under my belt, 2 more days of practice sessions, and I did that second race. Went into turn 3 feeling pretty confident. Get through. And then the cold tires hit me. So confidence a little bit frazzled, but this is just the outlap, so it doesn't matter. Actually, right before this race, my practice was I just loaded up test drive, and I did almost 15 laps without any incidents, no off tracks or anything. But then I spun out in the final corner. Really close though. So that was by far my longest streak of not picking up incidents during a lap. So that was great. I'm pretty excited about that. And that's kind of how I've been practicing so far. Once learning the track, I've gone out, I've done kind of 10 laps of just warm-up practice on the track. Then I'll do 2 AI races, and I typically spin out at some point, tumble all the way into the back, and then never really catch up. Because they don't mess up as much as me. Maybe that's a setting I can tweak where they will spin out more, but also I want to grow past spinning out. So we already started our first flying lap, but that actually was not that was not the fast lap of this qualifying session. So I'm just going to keep talking over it. Once I do those 2 AI races, I then find the next starting session and join it. The AI though I have found to be really, really helpful, because while I'm racing with them, they feel very much like players. They're aggressive and they go for gaps. They're not too afraid to bump into you. Like they do avoid it. They're not rude. They don't run you off the track, but they definitely assert their space on the track in a very realistic way, and that it's very good. The AI in this game is very good, so I really enjoy using them as a training aid, essentially. We are coming up into the last couple corners of this lap, and then the good flying lap will start. So I'm gonna just shut up and let that play out. Feel free to judge against last week's. Last week, it was 2 days before this. Anyway. crossing the finish line. That gave me a 1 minute 37.006, almost flat. That is 1.8 seconds faster than the race from 2 days prior to this, my first race that I uploaded, which that's a decent amount of improvement. Maybe that's not enough for 2 days of practice, but that's enough for me. And it was good enough for 4th out of the 8 drivers this time that completed qualifying. So we're up towards the start of the pack for race start, which we will get to right now. And here we are for race start. I'm not sure what went wrong for the green and white car behind me, but they really had a terrible start. First corner, a bit of contact in front of us. Whole bunch going on behind us, but we're able to just ignore all of that and get a decent run. We are already in 3rd place by this point. To anxiety, hardest corner on the track with cold tires. Very nearly take out the purple car there. When I'm spinning my wheel trying to correct these and get back on the track, I'm really bad at figuring out which of the paddles is reverse. So I end up driving into the wall there, having shifted up into 2nd, I think. But as you can see, Luke also spun out, so we're actually already back up to 11th place. There's another spin here in front of us. And he doesn't get back on the road until after we pass, so we're already into P10. This guy in front of me took a really poor line into this corner, able to get a really nice overtake done on the inside. Give him a little bit too much space on the exit, but I can live with it. So that is the start of the 2nd lap coming up here, and we are already in 9th place. 8 laps to go, so we've already made up a fair number of those places. Turn 4, it looks like 2 cars collided. They actually spun out independently of each other. Either way, we get a free pass, and we are up to P8. The car in front of me went incredibly wide, just totally missed his braking point. So we're able to get up right behind him. Attempt to take a kind of wide entry here at turn 12 to get in under him. We don't quite make it, but we do really catch up pretty sharply. Great little train here as we enter lap 3. Coming into anxiety, I tried to take a really inside line. All 3 of us end up coming out of turn 4 right on top of each other. And I just was not able to hold that outer line in turn 8. Totally my fault. My steering was not smooth. Luke, that's the purple car from earlier, catches up to me. We have a couple corners of dueling. Coming into lap 4, we've fallen into 10th place. My performance by position is so far not that great in this race, though I feel like looking at the replay, there's a lot to appreciate in how my driving has changed. I feel like it is a lot more confident. I'm still spinning out, and I'm definitely missing my lines more than I would like, but in comparison to the first race, I can see that I'm a lot more sure. I'm diving better, even though I'm missing apexes. I'm pushing the car a little bit more, and I think that is a great development to be seeing at my current stage of my sim racing career, so to speak. Turn 12, there's a whole mess of people turned around up here. So I weave my way through that, which gives us 8th place as we go into lap 5, and I'm going to let that lap just play out. I would just like to call attention to the excellent racing that I was directly behind for the majority of this race. It was a great seat to watch from. Entering lap 6. Go for the inside line here at turn 1, and I don't open the turn up nearly as much as I should have. I gave this white and green car a much better line through turn 2. I end up getting past on the downhill straight anyway, but I really need to work on my track presence. 10, I have a great seat to watch Luke dueling ahead of me. This was fun to watch during the race. Go extremely wide on the apex of turn 12 there, and I'm gonna talk about that after the race. Starting lap 7, I am in 7th place. Pretty good turn 10 and catch up on one of the mini orange cars in this race. But I give him all the priority in the world on turn 12 there. Again, I am going to talk about that. Lap 8, still in 7th place with 2 laps to go. This is Luke in the purple car ahead of us, and he just loses it on the crest in turn 8, which lets us slip by and snatch 6th. I'm just going to let the rest of the race play out from here. does it. So first race was third place. My second race was death, and my third race was P6 out of 10 cars that finished and 12 that started. So P6 of 12, I would argue. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. Not an incredible finish, but I do think having fallen all the way into last, making up half the grid, even if only one or two of those were actual overtakes on track, I still think that's worth something, especially this is my third race ever. And I had a ton of fun. There was some good dueling, there was some good side-by-side. I feel like my knowledge of the track really showed here. And I was able to put together some respectable laps. I know I'm pretty far off like the world record pace, but respectable for my level of experience. I am noticing, however, that I'm consistently braking early on turns 7 and 13. I'm on the gas too late out of turns. Honestly, most of them, but especially the sweepers. That's turns 2, 8, and 13, or 14, rather. I'm a little bit too late, and I don't use the full width of the track on exit. I also seem to be totally allergic to the apex on turn 12, and I think that's because I have spun out there a lot and I'm basically just afraid of the corner. So I'm going to target that corner specifically with some of my practice. And just get used to really tackling the apex and taking that one well, because I'm losing a ton of time with the line that I follow, and I know that I am. I am also really terrible at holding track position and pushing other drivers when in the corners. That is definitely because I am limited in how much I can see to the sides. I don't have triples, so my knowledge to the sides is really just down to the spotter. I know that there's the control to move your camera left and right, but it's very disconnected and weird how it works, and that reach on my wheel is kind of awkward, so I don't use it very much. But really judging the distance to the opponent when they're alongside is very difficult for me. So I give way too much space. Too much to my detriment. I take terrible lines through corners when I'm dueling, and just give the other person the corner. So what I'm thinking of doing is more emphasizing AI races more strongly. I'm going to turn down the difficulty on them a bit, so that I can work my way through them. And then if I end up in front, I'll honestly just slow down because I'm practicing, and I'll fall all the way to the back and try to work my way up through the grid again, just to get that practice in. So I think that will be very helpful for me, and will also help me to better learn and understand the lines that I should be looking for attack and defense. I think that'll be real helpful. But this track actually is done. It has been. I'm recording this late on Wednesday night, so I haven't been able to... This track hasn't been in an official race for the Mazdas in quite a while at this point. Like a few days. 2 or 3. I'm not sure exactly when the reset happens, but I know that now the Global Mazda, the Rookie MX-5 Cup, is at Laguna Seca, which I'm really excited to learn, actually. It's a track that I am roughly familiar with the layout of, but I don't know intimately. I've never learned the breakpoints really for it, so it'll be very interesting to learn a track that I feel I kind of know, sort of, in a casual capacity. That'll be fun, and I'm looking forward to it. If you would like to see me practicing and learning a track. I have no idea if that would be interesting. So if you would like to see that, please comment and let me know. Genuinely, I am looking for that feedback. You can also subscribe. There will definitely be more races narrated in this manner on the channel because I enjoy making these. So that's going to be a thing. Subscribe if you want more. And if you liked it, hit that like button. I hear that helps algorithms or something. Thank you. If you did any of those 3 things, thank you very much. And even if you did not, thank you just for coming here. And as always, have a great one.